If you've ever pulled away from making music for whatever reason, maybe life got louder or fuller or something hurt, whatever the reason is, if you drifted away from making music, this episode is for you. Today we're talking about why so many singer-songwriters drift away from their creativity, and more importantly, how to return. Because pulling away doesn't mean you failed, and it doesn't mean the music is gone, and it doesn't mean that you are no longer an artist. All of that is still inside of you. Sometimes it's just waiting for you to come back differently. Welcome to Singer-Songwriter, a space to reconnect with your voice, your music, and the songs waiting to be written. I'm Lainey, singer and songwriter, voice and creativity coach. If you've ever dreamed of writing and singing your own songs, but doubt or perfectionism keeps getting in the way, then grab that notebook full of ideas. It's time to open your voice, trust your sound, and express yourself freely. Your songs are waiting. Let's bring them to life. Now, before we dive in, I want to take a moment to let you know about something really special that I will be hosting soon. Because I know you're tired of thinking about writing songs more than actually writing them. And I know you're tired of feeling disconnected from your voice. Like it used to feel easier, more carefree. And you might be tired of starting things and not finishing them, having ideas and not knowing what to do with them. Maybe you're tired of waiting to feel confident, to feel inspired, or to feel ready before you even let yourself begin or begin again. So I want you to stop pushing. I want you to stop waiting. And I want you to come back to making music in a way that actually feels supportive. I'm hosting a free live songwriting workshop where I will guide you through simple, grounded ways to open your voice and start writing songs, or start again, without forcing, without the pressure, without overthinking. Just come as you are. It's happening Tuesday, February 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern, live on Zoom, and it's completely free. You can register right now at singer-songwriterworkshop.com. And then come back and listen to the rest of this episode. So one more time, singer-songwriterworkshop.com. I would love to have you there. So the first time that I felt myself pulling away from my creativity, the first time I felt that distance start to grow, I thought there was something wrong with me. The first time it was when I stepped away from opera. The second time I took a step back from music was when I was grieving the loss of my dad. And at that point, it just felt too heavy, and singing felt too exposed and too vulnerable with all of the emotions that were going through me at that time. I experienced this distance again when I became a mother because, priorities shift, schedules change. My time was no longer what it used to be. So it was like reorganizing and shifting the way that I related to my creativity and how I went about practicing my craft. So it wasn't just once that distance crept in. It was multiple times throughout my life. And I'm sure it will continue to happen again and again. I say this because this is normal. This is us being human. This is what it looks like when you choose a creative life and when you choose to honor your creativity. There will be times when you step back from it. Maybe it's because life is so full and you have other responsibilities that are taking center stage at that time. And maybe it's a form of protection. You're trying to keep yourself safe from feeling vulnerable and exposed, and you're just in a tender place in life and need that space. Sometimes that tenderness is what draws us into the music, and we need the music for that healing. But often in that same experience, there is some silence, some withdrawal from creativity. Maybe it's because of overwhelm. Like there's so many ideas, so many projects you want to do, and you just don't know how to begin or finish or organize all the thoughts in your mind. Maybe your relationship with your creativity went through some things and you were putting pressure on it, or perfectionism was creeping in, judgment. And so whether you pulled away or pushed yourself away or something called you away, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or your voice or your artistry. It means you're human. And you get to choose again to bring music and creativity back into your life. So sometimes there are surface level reasons why we pull away, and sometimes there are deeper reasons. And whatever it is, those reasons are valid and real. And it's okay. So we're releasing the shame of stepping away and replacing that with grace. Give yourself grace. Even if you've been making excuses, it's okay. Maybe that's what you needed in that time. But the music inside of you never went anywhere. It hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't left. It's still there waiting for you. And if you're anything like me, there comes a time where this tiny whisper calling you back to music gets a little bit louder and a little bit louder until it turns into a roar and you can no longer ignore it. Because maybe you've tried to push it to the side or push it down or bury it and say, that's in the past now. I'm no longer that person. I lost it, or it's gone, or I'm different now. But keep listening and listen deeper, because that call is going to show up somehow. Maybe you hear someone singing and you feel that ache inside of you, like that should be me. Oh, to feel that freedom that comes with singing and making music. Maybe you're getting little snippets of ideas, like lyrics and melodies, and you're writing them down or recording them in your voice memos. These little ideas are coming back, and it's just the beginning of something. Maybe you just find yourself humming without even realizing you were doing it. It's these little things that remind us that music matters to us. So when we hear this call to return, it's not about discipline or fixing. It's about rebuilding trust. If you try to come at it with discipline, I know this from experience, you put too much pressure on it, and it's like there's too much of a death grip on the voice, the music, the creativity, and it has no room to breathe. It's very tense and controlled. That's not the way back in. The way back in is with ease and forgiveness and grace. So what actually helps creativity feel safe again, or feel accessible again? The way back is through ease, play, grace. So maybe music feels too heavy. Try another form of creativity to get that creativity flowing again. Maybe do some dancing, some painting, some writing. Go on a walk and take photographs. Any form of creativity that's kind of like a side door in. So maybe your main doorway, which for me is the voice, singing, that main doorway felt like it was bolted shut at one point. And so I would sit at my piano bench and just allow the music to flow through my fingers and come through the piano. And that felt safer. That felt doable for me. So what is that for you? Like an accessible entry point that maybe is a back door, a side door. Sometimes you don't have to just plow through the door. You can kind of wiggle your way in another way. And that eventually will lead you to your voice, your songs, your music. So we hear the call back, and we have these pathways to return. But the key to all of this is a choice. It's, do you choose to return again and again? Every time you drift off course or get knocked off your path or get distracted or go on a tangent, can you come back? Can you let it be easy and not make it mean something about you or your artistry? And just come back and start again. You don't have to return fully and go all in this bold return. You can ease your way back in. Dip your toe in the water a little bit, just once, and see how that feels. And then maybe again, and see how that feels, a little deeper this time. The key here is to choose to begin again and not make it mean anything, and just let it be and say, "Oh, it's so good to be back." If you want a supportive place to practice returning, if you want guidance without pressure, if you've pulled away and you want to begin again, you don't have to navigate the return alone. That free live songwriting workshop is a place to practice beginning again without pressure, without performing, without needing to be ready. It's Tuesday, February 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern, live on Zoom. You can save your spot at singer-songwriter-workshop.com. And whether you join us live or not, I hope you remember that pulling away from your creativity is only part of the story. There's the call back and there's the return. And it's all available to you. It's just a matter of choosing to begin again, to come back again and again. And the fact that you're listening, if you're still here with me, that tells me that music still very much is a part of you and it matters to you. And that's worth listening to. Thanks for listening, friend. If this episode moved you or inspired you in some way, would you please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or share this episode with someone who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough? Until next time, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.